If this wasn't so serious, it would be funny. But it isn't funny. Now, notice to Jim Jordan and the Supreme Court regarding where the CDC was granted power to vote on anything affecting we the people. Please take notice. We the people have assembled and wish for Jim Jordan, the whole of the Legislature, and the Supreme Court to declare where the people granted the CDC or ACIP any power or authority to do anything that affects the health of the people. As trustees and servants of the people who granted you privileges to act in any manner that causes harm or injury to the people. Here we go. Maxim of Law 59Q. The act of the law does injury to no one. Please take notice that the people are seeking clarification on the constitutional authority that granted and delegated any powers to the CDC, Center for Disease Control and Prevention, that gives them the authority, privilege, or power to vote on any matters involving the health and well-being of the people. No power can be delegated which the authority said to delegate never possessed itself. Are members of the CDC acting as agents of government, using their position to act in a manner that harms, hinders, impairs, and trespasses on the rights of the people and their children? Maxim of Law 11F. Power can never be delegated, which the authority said to delegate never possessed itself. Nyak, nyak, nyak. Take that, you naughty government servants. Pay attention. We're going to correct you. Pay attention.
Notice to Jim Jordan and the Supreme Court regarding where the CDC was granted power to vote on anything affecting we, the people.
Notice to agent is notice to principal, and notice to principal is notice to agent.
I, one of the people of the 50 American states, as seen in bills and declarations of rights of the 50 state constitutions, sui juris, am serving you with this notice so that you and your agents may provide immediate due care. Please take notice that we the people are the creators of all government in our nation, both state and federal. Government is only instituted for the protection, security, and benefit of the people, and not to usurp the rights of the people. See evidence below. Kentucky Constitution Bill of Rights Section 2. Absolute and arbitrary power over the lives, liberty, and property of freemen exists nowhere in a republic, not even in the largest majority. Maxim of Law 51.0. All political power is inherent in the people by decree of God, thus none can exist except to be derived from them. American Maxim. Please take notice we the people have assembled and wish for Jim Jordan, the whole of the Legislature, and the Supreme Court to declare where the people granted the CDC or ACIP any power or authority to do anything that affect the health of the people. As trustees and servants of the people, who granted you privileges to act in any manner that causes harm or injury to the people? See evidence below. Maxim of Law 59 Quetzales. The act of the law does injury to no one. 2 INST 287, 5 Coke 116. Please take notice that the people are seeking clarification on the constitutional authority that granted and delegated any powers to the CDC, Center for Disease Control and Prevention, that gives them the authority, privilege, or power to vote on any matters involving the health and well-being of the people. No power can be delegated which the authority said to delegate never possessed itself. Are members of the CDC acting as agents of government, using their position to act in a manner that harms, hinders, impairs, and trespasses on the rights of the people and their children? See evidence below. Maxim of Law, 11F. Power can never be delegated which the authority said to delegate never possessed itself. N.J. Steen Company v. Merchbank, 6 How. 47 U.S. 344, 407. Maxim of Law, 43A. Those things which cannot be given, or which are not in existence, are held as not expressed. Dig. 50, 17, 135. Please take notice that we the people are seeking immediate attention to such matters, as our children's health and welfare is of the utmost importance. Voting without the lawful right or authority on matters concerning the private rights of the people, including mandating actions on their private bodies, are criminal acts of trespass. Please provide the constitutional provisions that granted the CDC clear and direct authority, or your actions are considered a trespass done with full intent and malice against the rights of the people. See evidence below. Maxim of Law, 86M. No right is held more sacred, or is more carefully guarded by the common law, than the right of every individual to the possession and control of his own person, free from all restraint or interference of others, unless by clear or unquestionable authority of law. Union Pac. Re v. Botsford, 141 U.S. 250, 251. Maxim of Law, 77F. No freeman shall be deprived of life, liberty, or property but by the lawful judgment of his peers, or by the law of the land, that is by the common law. C.L.M. Maxim of Law, 92AA. The deprivation of any rights may be punished. Cummings v. Missouri, for Wall. 71 U.S. 277, 320. Maxim of Law, 62F. The mandate of an immoral or illegal thing is void. Dig. 17, 1, 6, 3. Take notice that individual liberties are not revocable. The Constitution supersedes all other laws. Where rights secured by the Constitution are involved, there can be no rule-making which would abrogate them. The Legislature has not been granted any authority to write legislation over any natural rights of the people. See evidence below. Miranda v. Arizona, 384 U.S. 436, 1966. Where rights secured by the constitutions are involved, there can be no rulemaking or legislation which would abrogate them. Maxim of Law, 62p. An unconstitutional act is not a law. It confers no rights. It imposes no duties. It affords no protection. It creates no office. It is, in legal contemplation, as inoperative as though it had never been passed. Norton v. Shelby County, 118 U.S. 425, 442. Please take notice that the people request for the CDC and any of its agents to immediately give full disclosure of any and every contract or program in which you are involved that gives a benefit to your institution or any of its agents who are without authority. Any unlawful mandate harms we, the people. See evidence below. Maxim of Law, 60L. Intentions ought to be subservient to, or in accordance with, the laws, not the laws to intentions. Colit. 314A, 314B. Please take final notice that it is my wish, order, and demand that all trustees, servants, agents, and bar members are to immediately stop blocking and interfering with the people's inherent rights, including allowing private actors, as agents, to act without the authority of law. As trustees of the people, you swore by oath to protect the rights of the people. Therefore, you are not allowed to let this nation's people suffer while trustees sit in silence. Any man or woman who decides to suppress this notice agrees to pay $500,000 per infraction, and any disputes by any public officials or private actors who are bound by contract to any of the 50 state constitutions, agrees to have these matters heard before an arbitrator of my choice and be bound thereby, at your expense. Furthermore, if you believe any of the above claims are untrue or that you have the authority to harm and infringe upon the rights of the free people, please provide the constitutional provisions that grant you such privileges. All responses must be submitted by affidavit, sworn under penalty of perjury, within 5 days of receiving this notice, or you agree, by acquiescence, all statements in this notice to be true and fact. Further, you agree that you are acting with full knowledge, intent, and malice by trespassing on the people's inherent rights, and that no court shall be able to rehear this matter, but it shall stand as truth and evidence in all courts of record. Please send your affidavit via certified mail to the sender of this notice and post publicly on your government website, including any social media or other public platforms. This notice is sent to you in peace and with the love of Christ, so that you may provide immediate due care to those who have all political power, we, the people. The CDC and ACIP think they have the authority and power to vote on matters involving the health of the people, but we the people wish to see that clear grant of authority. All people of all states. Please autograph this notice to demand that the Supreme Court, Jim Jordan, and the entire legislature provide to people with the constitutional authority which grants the CDC and its agents any powers. This is the JotForm link, https://form.jotform.com/222916599089170. Link to ConnectWe https://t.me/+WL-CBF2XCHQ3OGYX. Telegram. ConnectWe Real Law, Action Steps and Support Group. This group is a place for those standing in law to connect freely, learn powerful law steps that make a difference, and to make sure we protect each other and make sure we have what is needed to have freedom.